Love is in the air. It's Valentine's.
And it's also our 2-year anniversary of Savor the Burn.
Let's get into this.
Let's do it.
I'm totally down with that.
Welcome one and all to the Savor the Burn podcast on our 2-year anniversary / Valentine's Day
I just want to say, too,
episode.
I don't sing for many people.
Right. But he sang for you. Every single damn one of you.
Oh.
Love is in the air.
Was I singing for them or was I...
Oh, I thought it was for everybody out there. All right. Well,
I got you.
Speaking of out there, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for following along. Be sure to hit subscribe and click that bell notification to stay up to date on all things Savor the Burn. And if you're listening to the audio-only version on any podcast app of choice, we thank you for following along. And be sure to share it with your fellow whiskey enthusiast friends, no matter where it is and how it is that you're consuming our content.
Dude.
My name is Jonathan. This is W2. How do you do?
I could not be better.
Yeah?
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Love is in the air. Yesterday was my son's birthday. He hit the ripe old age of 23. So
my sister, Face, and Timothy are celebrating their wedding anniversary.
Wow. Well, happy anniversary, guys.
I'm blanking on the year, so Faith, leave us a comment.
And speaking of comments, leave us a comment. Tell everybody happy anniversary.
It's been a minute.
Let us know what you're doing.
It's been several minutes.
Several minutes since they got hit.
Listen, but yeah, today
we're still going strong.
They were married on Valentine's Day, so you know, for Valentine's Day, for their anniversary, they've done Makers, the Makers tour. They've dipped their own number 46.
Yeah, they did that last year.
Yep. Was that last year or the year before? That was last year. That was last year. So yeah.
46 is a mighty fine bottle. We got one here right behind us.
We are looking.
This is cask strength.
That is a 2024 cask strength bottle. We are looking forward to getting into that.
And that's a solid dunk. Look at that thing. Usually it's only, up to here with the drips.
They weren't playing around.
That's a whole ass nook. But this episode, not only is it a Valentine's Day with treats, so it's kind of like a bonus, but it's not. It's an actual episode because it's airing right here on Friday. We've also got a bottle review we're going to do here.
Yeah.
It's the 10 Years of Cheers Rieger's special editions Kansas City whiskey here, made with 20-year-old Palo Cortado sherry.
Yep.
So I'm expecting good things.
This is hand numbered.
Oh, it is? Oh, it is.
It is. Yeah.
283.
So I...
Out of how many? I don't know. Doesn't say, but that's all right.
According to the lady that I've talked to several times at the front counter at the distillery, she told me that they only did 450 bottles of this.
Oh, wow.
So
super limited. So if you're in the Kansas City area,
which is why there was no big promo, marketing or anything. It is small numbers. There's not a lot of bottles of this. I just happened to be there and notice it, and I was like, "Yep, I'm getting I'm getting that bottle, and if you hold this for me, I'm gonna go get a pour on the porch while
it might be gas, it might be pass." But he liked it enough to grab a whole ass bottle.
I gambled. I bought the bottle, and then I had a pour of this.
You got a pour.
I bought it. I wanted it, and then I'm like, oh, it's available?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and buy this.
Start looking at your receipt, looking at the price tag, looking at your receipt. What's your return policy?
But I was not mad, but I'm excited to have another pour of this and evaluate it and talk about it. See what you have to say about this. I'm excited about this. I am super excited that we have rounded the 2-year mark.
Yes.
We are well into the 100 plus episodes.
Yes.
We have so many more to get to.
Bottles deep.
Thank you for everyone who has subscribed. Thank you for the Patreons. Thank you for everyone. If you have not subscribed, I'm still thankful that you are here. You are watching this.
Yep.
If you could, click that subscribe button. Click that bell notification.
Yep.
Get all the updates. Follow us along.
Yeah, follow along. We're having a great time. If you want to go back and watch some of those old episodes or listen to those old episodes, go ahead. If you want to find out what it is that we're talking about mainly. Yeah. Because we do love our tangents.
We started off as audio only.
Yeah, go to savortheburn.com, click on the liquor cabinet, and everything that you see there in that liquor cabinet, you click on whatever bottle you want to look at, and there will be a video, a YouTube link to that episode.
Yep. Some of them still don't have it yet, but I'm going through there, and
the earlier episodes,
I'm activating them all the time. So most of them, I have added them. Some still haven't been added, but
for the most part, you're going to find it. Especially the most recent ones.
We started off as audio only. For almost the full first year. We were audio only. We made the switch to video. And then at some point, we went from just video to really, really good quality 4K. So
yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, which is...
And thank you.
It's been a fun ride so far, and 2 years into it, it's weird. It feels like we're just getting started. I know I said this on the 1-year anniversary episode, that it feels like we're just getting started, but really
we're still just getting started.
I mean... These distilleries, bless their hearts, they keep coming out with new stuff.
They keep releasing whiskey.
So what are we going to do? We're not going to try it? Psh.
It's for the podcast.
And speaking of, it's for the podcast. Since it's Valentine's Day, we do have to give a shout out to our special significant others, a wife and a girlfriend. Well, you don't have a girlfriend. I have a girlfriend. He's got the wife. I don't have the wife.
But I have Ms. Katie, who has, for 2 years now, has provided us with amazing treats.
Every single time. There's always something. We've told her, you don't have to do this, but she does it, and we are so grateful because they're always delicious.
And she still has not been on video.
She hasn't been on video.
We specially did an audio only last year for Mother's Day, even though we had
already switched.
By that time we had already switched, but for her we did a special audio only.
What Miss Katie wants, Miss Katie gets.
She got it.
Because she and poor Jennifer, they both hear it's for the podcast way too many times. But bless their hearts, they just let us stay in our delusional state of mind and let us rock and roll with it, and we're good with it.
If I am correct, I have been told that this year's Mother's Day, we may have Miss Katie on as a guest.
Okay.
On camera.
He's not going to hold you to that, but I will.
So, but we have some treats.
We do have some treats. What are these?
These are chocolate chip muffin tops with brown sugar streusel.
Yep. Don't get it twisted. Thank you, Miss Katie.
We love Miss Katie so much.
She's the best.
She's beyond the best. Mother's Day.
Keep an eye out.
Stay tuned.
Here in a few months. But you'll see it in May. Cheers, Miss Katie. Thank you so much.
I mean, come on. These are really good.
These are good.
The chocolate chip is nice little touch in there.
I like a cakey cookie. I don't like them thin and crispy and crunchy. Jennifer does. I don't.
I brought us down 3 each because I thought, let's enjoy these throughout the duration of the episode.
I was not going to laugh.
Let's go ahead and pour up. Let's talk about what this bottle is. No? Okay.
No, I'm just going to eat all these cookies.
All right.
Anyway.
I'm thirsty.
As you were saying? Yeah. All right. So
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Whiskey.
Let's get into it. Y'all ready for this? Valentine's Day. Rieger's delicious. I'm a songwriter. I just wrote that.
Before I get into reading what I have here, go ahead and do some bottle pop.
Bottle pop? All right. So I like to, wherever the seam is, I like to cut that right there. And I go over here and cut that. Keep it nice and on the seam, right?
Is that composite?
It's not funky. I believe it's composite.
Right. I think it is.
Pause for bottle pop. This is going to be good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It smells like grapefruit. This is fruity. Holy smokes. That is really...
That is composite. So, local, J. Rieger Co. This is the J. Rieger 10-year Kansas City whiskey. Category is American whiskey.
It has to be.
It has to be.
Even if it used to be a bourbon beforehand, they blended some wine in
the
it.
style. The style is Kansas City whiskey, which is its own style, but the category makes it fall into the American whiskey. This comes in at 92 proof, and it says 10 years of cheers, 10 years of award-winning spirits, 10 years of epic experiences, 10 years of cherished friendships. We're commemorating our 10th anniversary with this special edition Kansas City whiskey, a riff on the whiskey that started it all. While the original is made with 15-year-old Oloroso sherry, this one features a touch of rare and marvelous 20-year-old William and Hubbard Paulo Cortado sherry. It's our way of saying thank you for 10 years of cheers. This is bottle number 233.
It is.
Yep. And I was told that they only did 450 bottles of this. I have not seen them market or promote this at all. So we've talked about a couple times on and off here and there, and even on past episodes. Rieger started, their rebirth was 2014. And so in the back of my mind, I'm like, it's 2024.
Yeah.
Are they going to release a 10-year offering?
No.
And
they don't have a 10-year offering in this bottle.
So in November, Katie's birthday, we ended up down at the distillery. She wanted to do the slide, which we did.
Fun.
We also had some pours while we were there, but I saw this bottle and I was like, what is this? And so they were like, this is officially our limited 10-year anniversary bottle. They only did 450 bottles of it. This is bottle 233. And yeah, like I said, this is made with 20-year-old Williams and Hubbard Paulo Cortado sherry.
Right off the top on the nose, I'm picking up raisin, a light sourdoughness to it.
Guys, look at the color of this bottle.
Super dark.
There may not be officially an age statement.
But it's blended with a 20-year-old.
I put down here 10 year on the age statement. I'm taking that back. I don't think this is 10 year.
Right. It's just the celebration of 10 years.
It's the celebration of 10 years.
Yeah.
But it is made with 20-year-old sherry.
Right. How cool is that?
This is extra special.
So yeah, on the nose, raisin, sourdough, light sourdough, brown sugar,
sugar for days.
Brown sugar. It's got thick legs.
Yep.
Are you getting anything else on the nose?
There's some citrus, maybe some
citrus. Okay.
Maybe some dark fruit.
Dark.
Like a grape, plum.
Let's do this on the palate. Happy 10 years.
Happy 10 years. Happy 2 years to us.
Happy 2 years to us. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Hug your loved ones.
Hug them.
Uncomfortably hug them.
All right, so palate extends that raisin and expands on that dark fruit and citrus.
There it is. There it is. Caramel comes right on through. Caramel, vanilla, that sherry is all over that.
It reminds me.
It's not just a sherry flavor on the palate too. It's a really deep. I mean, that is a old sherry. There's so much depth going on right there.
It reminds me. You remember that Old Moses that I came back from Oklahoma with? Guthrie, Oklahoma has a distillery called Old Moses, and I think their original bourbon, whatever it was that they had, it had more of a wine flavor to it than the one that was supposed to have wine added to it, or it was
the tawny?
The tawny cask. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it just,
or is it the port?
Port cask. It was port cask. We tried tawny cask when we went up to
the Snug.
The Snug, yeah. Shout out to Mike up there at the Snug. Yeah, it reminds me of that.
Dude, this is so good. I love this one so much.
I'd say it's got oak on the palate, and oak carries through on the finish. But yeah, those it may be plums.
It may be a little bit blasphemous, but I kind of want to find out what a horse feather tastes like with this.
Okay, pairing this with a sharp ginger beer like that Reed's Extra that we both love to use, and brightening it up with the lemon wedges that we'll put in there, and hitting it with that. Would you use Angostura bitters?
Oh, you have to.
It has to be if it's a horse feather. So as I keep going back to the notes on this, I swear it's nutty, like almost grape nuts. Right, and then
it's totally grape nuts.
But
I get that.
It's just kind of indiscriminately maybe walnut nutty when you go from palate to finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is a very interesting, very complex. Coming at 92 proof, it's very palatable for a 92 proof. I don't think it drinks like a 92 proof, but it does have some of that tongue numbing proof, that you get sometimes, but. That said, it has a lot going on here. It's a very super unique bottle.
It's a warm, long finish.
Like
right?
Yeah, and it's very...
It's a long finish.
Like I said before, nutty. Like I've got raisin, vanilla, oak, the dark fruit plum. It's all the way through the whole thing, nose to finish. And nutty is there. Maybe it does return to grapefruit on the nutty on the late palate. Mm-hmm. Late finish.
Oh, so good.
Grape nuts.
That's the Rieger tagline.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I think they could have done better, but as far as the tagline goes,
I just wish I knew a little bit more about that.
So good. Like, where did that come from?
So it's a exclamation point. So good.
So good. All of it capitalized. So it's paper shouting.
So, yeah.
They mean it.
So, yeah, it's... What is the O exclamation point? I don't know.
Have we talked about the bottle on this? The bottle presentation?
We have not.
It's not hit or miss as far as Rieger's bottles go with us. It'll be anywhere from 4 to 4.5.
It is the Rieger bottle.
Yeah, it is the Rieger bottle. It's the quintessential Rieger bottle. It's got a thick bottom. It's got the monogram, the Rieger's monogram down here on the bottom, embossed in the glass,
and that's epic.
It's got an interesting bottom. It's got an interesting bottom, look to it. These ridges are unique to.
It's very unique.
The label itself,
I think it's specific to Rieger's.
It's got like the torn ticket edge along here. I didn't even notice that till right now.
Yep.
But it's kind of like a shield shaped label here on the front, and it gives you all the necessary information. But it's also one thing I like about it that I like about a lot of things that are this way. It's got flat black and gloss black outlined to help the black pop. because it's a graphic design thing with white.
I need a moment.
Yes.
Proud Papa moment.
Proud Papa moment.
Because I feel like I've brought you along.
Yeah. All right.
Those are graphic designer elements that you're picking up on.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I made my own show flyers with Into Existence years and years ago. Still.
Yeah.
But like you can't have dark on dark, like dark letters on a dark field and expect anybody to pick up on that. No, you need to outline it a little bit.
So
with a lighter color, so it pops.
So look at the edge on this.
Yeah, the torn ticket.
But that gloss
on the gloss black. Yep.
Yep. So the edge of the label goes out here, but then this is matte. So you get a little bit of a wide band gloss border on there. So yeah,
it's like it's defined,
good fucking stuff.
Enhanced, and then displayed, and then on top of that, it's a composite cork.
It is.
No points subtracted on that for sure. That just means that this bottle is going to last longer on the shelf. If this is all that we drank, that W2 drank out of this bottle over a year, then this juice would be essentially the same. Right, because of the magnificent seal on that bottle. It's got a dark wood topper. I've always loved the label strip that goes over the top of the topper. I've always liked that. So anyway, I have zero complaints about J. Rieger and Company bottle presentation. I really think they put an awful lot of thought into this, and they know what they're doing.
This bottle was procured at a visit for Ms. Katie's birthday.
Oh, all right.
So
that was a while back. She hit 28, and that was the last birthday she had. So she's 28 perpetually ad infinitum.
And by the time this comes out, we will have drank around the world at Epcot.
Fun.
Hopefully, I'm still here to continue on the legacy.
Yes, sir. How nutty is that? Goodness, it's like raisins and grape nuts, and like for
this is phenomenal. I'm in love with this offering. I feel like for this limited release, they knocked it out of the park with this. Going ahead and giving the hat tip and the nod and using the 20-year sherry.
Yeah, right.
I feel like is the pinnacle that is what pushes this up and over.
Yeah, because to be a Kansas City whiskey, you have to have your bourbon, your whiskey, however long it is that you age it, and then you add sherry whiskey.
2% sherry.
2% sherry.
Yep.
This, maybe it's 2%, maybe it's more, I don't know, but they added 20-year-old Palo Cortado sherry.
Versus a 15-year Oloroso.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So this is an incredible bottle. It's
this is a name brand private stock 20-year versus a 15-year Oloroso sherry.
Yeah. But this
is a very, very specific sherry.
Yeah.
That's 20 years.
20 years.
Instead of 15. So
and Palo is a tree. Cortado has something to do with coffee. You know, I don't know if that coffee tree, that coffee doesn't grow on trees. It's a bush. I don't know what that means. So, but this is the sherry. This, guys, at the very least, while this is still a current bottle, maybe get a hold of J. Rieger and Company here in the Kansas City area, KC proper, and see if they even have this available for a tasting. You can go in there to their bar. You can get a pour.
For no other reason, go down to Rieger's to go down the fucking slide.
Yeah, they have a cool...
But before you do the slide, go up to the Monogram Lounge, get yourself one of their Bavarian pretzels, which is stupid.
Yeah. I'm not even a fan of pretzels.
No.
But this one's delicious.
I'm going to pause right there. Their pretzel is second to none in Kansas City. Well, if you love pretzels and you have not been to the Rieger Distillery,
go check it out.
Girl, you are missing out.
And I don't even like pretzels, right? But anytime I see those things,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. I've seen them, and I think I've had a bite of one, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this is really good." You know, whatever it is about pretzels, it turns me off. It's something about it's like a brine kind of. It doesn't matter. They don't have that. It's just so damn delicious. Speaking of this rating, what did you give it on the nose?
4 1/4.
I give it 4 3/4. This nose I really like because I'm a big fan of things that are sweet. If you're like me, some of you know that wine can give you a blinding headache. You know, you can have a glass of wine, you think everything's fine, but then you have to retire early because, oh my God, my head hurts. It's killing me. I'm going to go fucking take a nap, you know. So sometimes that happens with wines with me.
I should have and could have very easily come up, but...
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
First scores.
These scores are about first impressions.
Yep.
And so what I really like about this is very wine forward, very Oloroso, or not Oloroso. It's very sherry forward. And we don't really we don't touch wine.
It's 20 years sherry forward.
It's 20 year. Come on, guys. We picked up on a lot more wine notes, I think, than we did on whiskey notes. Suffice it to say, we picked up on raisin, a light sourdough, some brown sugar. You picked up on some dark fruit, specifically plum, and some citrus. I picked up on some nutty notes, specifically grape nuts. And I was wowed by this, and then some. That's why I gave it a 4.75. And you gave it a 4.25, which not bad at all, guys. We were wowed, and then some. Palate. Everything that we smelled on the nose carried through on the palate, forward. But it was more developed, and it was really good. And that's why I kept my score at 4.75.
I came up to 4.5.
You came up to 4.5. For me, on the finish, I think we talked about it. It wasn't exactly a long finish, but the wine note part of it, for me anyway, lingered. And so the lingering notes from the wine were the raisin, the plum, dark fruit, and some of the nuttiness. But some of the whiskey part of it, like the oak and the vanilla, for me, were still there, and they were still kind of lingering, still kind of hanging on. So it didn't exactly have the old Kansas City strangle, the Kansas City neck hug or whatever. But it was a very fun, very palatable. As our friend Mitchie would say, it's very, very palatable. So I kept that score at 4.75, 4 3/4, all the way through nose, palate, and finish. How about you? Where are you at on finish?
My finish was down to 4 1/4.
4 1/4? Okay. Yep. So it matches your nose.
It does.
Not your physical nose. It's a wonderful nose. Look at that thing. It's W2's nose. Anyway, so, all right. So it kind of dropped for you. That's right. That happens. That happens on finish.
Especially for me.
Bottle presentation, we did talk about it, and I think we talked about it probably a little bit too long. We started to get into the weeds, and I kind of backed out of it. I didn't want to get into it too far.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 4.25, 4 1/4.
I gave it 4.5.
4.5? When it comes to Riegers, for whatever reason, I have no idea why, but I give the Rieger's bottles, the bottle presentations, lower scores than W2. If you go into savortheburn.com, click Liquor Cabinet, hit that drop-down menu, you'll click Liquor Cabinet, but underneath that, there's an additional drop-down menu with whiskeys and bourbons and ryes, but also featured distilleries. You click that, you find the Riegers right up there at the top, and you can go through every single bottle that we've done, and you'll see, without fail, he's always given a higher score to the bottle than I have. No idea why. I love the bottle.
Let me tell you why.
Yes.
Illuminate
me, sir.
It is a very standard bottle.
Yes. But it's
unique. Rieger's does these scallops around the top, which I love. Mm-hmm. You know, you look at their labels, and those are very, very, you know, they've got that cut.
It's also a super fine line edge there within the gloss black. I didn't see that till just now.
But you turn this over.
I love seeing that monogram on the bottom of the bottle.
That punt.
It's like nose to toes. No detail is left out. Wherever there could be a detail, it's there.
The JR Shield is the punt. So I just felt, you know, and it is their 10th anniversary limited edition bottle, so it's black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With everything reversed out, so which is the inverse of the standard offering. I had to bump it a little bit.
That's just fine. So, just to reiterate on how we do our scoring on these bad boys, we have 4 categories: nose, palate, finish, and bottle presentation, with a possible 5 out of 5, right? So, it's 0 all the way to 5, right? On all 4 of those categories. And so, we take our scores, the individual scores, add those together with a possible 20 total. Hardly ever happens. It has happened a few times, but hardly ever happens. Anyway, we take that number, we divide it by 2, and that's how we get our 0 to 10 rating on our bottles, on our reviews. So all that to say, all my scores, 475, 475, 475, 425, added up, divided by 2, I ended up with a score of 9.25. So 9.25.
Nice.
That's what my final score ended up on this bottle. An incredible bottle. How about you? What was your score?
8 3/4.
8 3/4? All right. So we are half a point away from each other. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. And some of that happened because of the bottle presentation. Is that a reflection of the juice itself? Nope. Not at all. But I think this is incredibly fun. It reminds me of that same old Moses. What was it?
A little bit.
The red.
The port cask.
The port cask. Thank you so much. Just because of it being so wine forward, but how cool is that? I think this is a wonderful bottle. I'd be very interested to find out how it works with different cocktails.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Dude,
know.
A horse feather with this would be...
Yeah. We talked about what kind of bitters to use. If it's a horse feather, it has to be Angostura bitters. A few dashes on the top.
This could very easily become the signature Kansas City spirit.
That's a bold statement, Mr. W2. That's a bold statement. Rieger, I hope you're listening. I hope you're watching, because that's a bold statement.
Stay tuned.
Maybe they listen.
Maybe we come back to this with a handful of cocktails.
Yeah, maybe.
We do a horse feather. We do a old fashioned. We do
old fashioned for sure.
We do a revolver.
If we do a revolver, would be fantastic. A Boulevardier would be fantastic. I think we have to be careful with which bitters we use, because this is so nutty. It borderlines on grape nuts, but it also on the finish, I think it's a toss-up between grape nuts and walnut, because it's kind of a bitter, nutty kind of flavor. The only problem is this is a very, very limited release. There's only, how many bottles did you say it was? 450 bottles, and this is number 233.
Chances are, by the time we get down to the bottom of this,
it could be gone.
It could be gone.
Yeah, so if you're listening, I know it's a special 10-year anniversary release, but having the 20-year Palo Cortado sherry addition to this whiskey really sets it off in a completely different direction. I know Kansas City whiskey by nature has to have 2% of Oloroso sherry added into into the whiskey, and that's a turnoff for some. My guitar player Steven in Into Existence cannot stand it. He will not have Rieger's whiskey. He does not like West Bottom's Whiskey Company.
Do we need to have him over?
Yeah,
let's have him over on the podcast.
He is so opinionated. You're gonna.
Do you guys want him on?
Yeah, if you want Steven on the podcast, please let us know. We'll have him come over.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
Hey, on a side tangent. Spoiler alert. We have a couple new Motorhead offerings.
Oh, we do, and we've been hanging on to those since Christmas because my better half, my sweet girlfriend, Miss Jennifer, gave me 2 bottles. One of them is a flavored whiskey, and the other one is another offering from Motorhead. And
so, you rock nuts that are out there,
yes,
Motorhead's coming.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Back.
We're gonna
with a vengeance.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to that. So, thank you.
The Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades. All right. So we talked about what this bottle is and how limited of an edition it is. So maybe if you're watching this, maybe there are still some bottles available. Be sure to hit up Rieger's, J. Rieger and Company officially. And
to my knowledge, that's the only place you can find this bottle.
Yeah, you're not going to find it in a store near you, wherever you may be. You're going to find it at the distillery only, much like Lineage is to Jim Beam. And
he had to do it.
I had to do it, guys. You know me. So we think this is a wonderful candidate for a neat pour. And your Glencairn, whether you get from savortheburn.com/shop or not, it's a wonderful pour. Or we also think this would be a great candidate for various cocktails: the horse feather, an old fashioned, a revolver, a boulevardier. We really do think that this is a very versatile whiskey. So we may have to get another bottle and use it only as a cocktail bottle. Who knows? Maybe we'll get 2 more bottles. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? So, no matter what you're drinking, who you're drinking it with, whether it be your 2nd year anniversary of a podcast or Valentine's Day, special treats or not,
smooch, smooch, smooch,
love, love, love. No matter where you are, never forget.
Keep on burning.
It's like I've almost been in this podcast as long as I've been in the band.
We're a big deal.